See that mountain? In a few hours, it will erase this entire city, and 2,000 years later, we'll still be digging up the people who didn't run. This is Pompeii, and today is your last day here. You're a baker's apprentice. It's dawn, August 24th, 79 AD. You light the oven like every other morning in a Roman city of 12,000 people, wedged at the foot of a volcano that nobody even knows is a volcano. Pompeii is loud, rich, and alive. Fast food counters on every corner, election ads painted on the walls, the city's famous fish sauce ships across the whole empire. And Vesuvius? Just a green mountain, covered in vineyards. But the signs are everywhere. Wells have gone dry. Dogs won't stop barking. Small tremors rattle the shelves. And nobody panics, because earthquakes are normal here. The ground has been restless for 17 years. Everyone has learned to ignore it. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the mountain explodes. A crack louder than anything you have ever heard, and a column of ash punches into the sky, shaped, one witness wrote, like a giant pine tree. The numbers are absurd. The column climbs more than 30 kilometers into the stratosphere. Vesuvius is now ejecting 1.5 million tons of rock every single second, with 100,000 times the thermal energy of the Hiroshima bomb. Then the sun disappears, the cloud spreads over the city, and noon turns to midnight. People light lamps in the streets. Ash starts falling, like gray snow that never melts. Next comes the pumice, frothy white volcanic stone, raining from the sky. It piles up 15 centimeters every hour. Roofs begin to groan. The streets are burying themselves while you watch. Now you face the only decision that matters. Run or wait it out indoors. Your master bars the bakery door. It will pass, he says. Roughly 2,000 people make that same bet. You don't. You tie a pillow over your head, exactly what real survivors described, and push out into the dark, wading through knee-deep pumice as stones hammer down around you, heading for the sea. The harbor is chaos. The water is choked with floating pumice. Boats can't launch. And somewhere out on that bay, one man is sailing toward the volcano, Pliny the Elder, admiral, scientist, leading history's first recorded rescue mission. Night falls, though no one can tell anymore. Roofs cave in under the weight of stone. Lightning tears through the ash column. And from the bay, refugees watch sheets of flame crawl down the mountainside. Around midnight, the eruption changes. The great column collapses on itself, and an avalanche of gas and rock, hotter than 500 degrees, surges downhill at over 100 kilometers an hour. A pyroclastic flow. Herculaneum dies first. Surge after surge follows. Each one reaches farther than the last. In Pompeii, those who stayed huddle in cellars and back rooms, listening to the mountain, convinced the worst is somehow over. At dawn, the fourth surge clears the city walls. Death takes less than a second. Not suffocation, heat. Heat so intense it stops the body instantly. Pompeii's last 2,000 people freeze mid-motion, forever. By the time it ends, the city is simply gone. Buried under 5 meters of ash and stone, the coastline itself has moved. Within a few generations, even the name fades. Pompeii sleeps for nearly 1,700 years. In 1748, diggers strike painted walls, and in 1863, archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli notices strange hollows in the hardened ash. He pours plaster in and pulls out the shapes of human beings, caught in their final moment. The casts are time machines. A chained dog, a family on a stairwell, loaves of bread still sitting in the oven, carbonized but whole, an entire Roman day, paused, mid-breath. Even the date is a plot twist. In 2018, a charcoal note found in the ruins suggested the eruption struck in October, not August. And the letters of Pliny the Younger, who watched it all from across the bay, became the birth of volcanology itself. And Vesuvius? Still active. Today, 3 million people live in its shadow, on the very ground that buried Pompeii. The mountain isn't finished. It's just waiting, like it was on that quiet morning 2,000 years ago.